my number tirade won't age well. Well, this is just like based off of the 3 articles I've read. If I'm wrong on something, I'll immediately like walk it back. But I can only go. I don't live or collect data on the ground in Israel. All right. If I read 3 articles from 3 people or 3 news organizations that I think are trustworthy, then that's all I can do.
Go truthing off. Catalina, Masha and Deborah over by the big board, a very good evening to you. In today's edition, the UN faces controversy regarding their Gaza death toll as some accuse the UN of revising down the numbers. Catalina, tell us more.
Here are some of those claims circulating on X, accusing the UN of reducing the total death toll in Gaza, as reported on their website, apparently by a difference of 10,000 fewer deaths compared to...
Okay, for some reason, maybe I was just looking... Oh, wait, hold on. There's one of the articles right here. Did they really revise it down by... No, see, like, I didn't know that they said that there were 10,000 fewer people that died. I thought that the only information that I have seen so far is that they, oh, hold on. I see what they're saying here. So I never thought that they revised it down by 10,000. They have 24,000 that they can absolutely have complete details.
To a prior report in this second post on X, we see a screenshot of this Gaza death toll from the UN website, where we see an apparent explanation to what they say is a revised number, claiming that the UN lowered the total Gaza death toll from 34,000 people to 24,000 people. Hence, as these users claim, an official confirmation that the Hamas-run Ministry of Health was inflating a casualty.
Yeah, no, the 10,000 unidentified, that I understood. But the, if you, that 10,000 doesn't account for the, oh, where's the article? Right? 4,000, 7,000. There'd be another 11,000 right there. Oh, no, even more than that, I think. So just over 11,000. Yeah, so, okay.
Figures.
Okay, I'm seeing a couple of dates in there that might explain why there's a discrepancy or not, but tell us what the numbers really show, Catalina.
As you well said, these claims...
What was that facial movement? Oh, I don't like this guy.
But tell us what the numbers really show, Catalina.
As you well said, these claims are actually misleading because it's all pretty clear on the website. These claims are referring to this Gaza death toll published by the UN on their website here from May 6th and from May 8th, where we see here on May 8th, this is the chart published on the viral claims, and you can also see that the UN did not even lower their total Gaza death toll per the fake claims. The death toll remains at 34,000 Palestinians. Out of the 34,000, this was the update made on May 8th, 24,000 people are identified as of April 30th. So 24,000 people is the number of identified bodies included in this death toll chart as of May 8th. And these numbers, as they say, do not even include the more than 10,000 people that are reported missing or under the rubble. The same information is kept on their latest figures published on May 13th, published by the UN, where the death toll has risen to 35,000 people.
Indeed, 35,173 is the latest I'm seeing from the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry. Those figures aren't disputed by any international organization. So from that, there is a second claim going around that the UN cut by more than half the number of Gazan women and children. This is the part that I'm confused about. And their revised death toll. Tell us about that.
The UN is facing a further scrutiny after apparently lowering its accounts of Palestinian women and children killed since the war in Gaza began, as many claim, for example, on X, that the UN revised the Gaza death toll by reporting almost 50% less women and children killed than previously reported, which sounds like an alarming difference. This was also reported all over the press. We could see it published, the same information published on Fox News and all over Israeli press, Times of Israel, and the Jerusalem Post. Once again, this information comes from the death toll charts that we just showed, published on the UN website from their death toll from May 6th and from May 8th, where it seems like they report less women and children fatalities on May 8th than they do on May 6th. This is because, once again, these women and children fatalities were recalculated based off the 24,000 identified bodies rather than the over 34,000 people.
Well, hold on. Now, maybe I made a stronger claim than I think I did. But wasn't the original that we were reading, and I hope that this has, updated. Yeah, it's updated since, yeah. So I don't even know what the original article said. My understanding is they're just assuming that the entirety of the, like, in order to get to that 34,000 number, you would have to assume that every single one of them is a woman or child. Screen cap everything? Well, too late. I mean, I get, maybe they'll, like, in the last minute here, they'll finish it, but
a death toll, and the UN also maintains that there's nothing wrong with these numbers, denying that they were ever revised downwards, as they point towards this confusion that we just explained between the total number of dead bodies versus the number of bodies that are identified.
Catalina, truth or fake, thank you very much indeed.
Wait, but that just assumes, I think that was the problem that I had, is that we're assuming that literally every single unidentified body is going to be a woman or child. Sure, front yard chill, but that's like, yeah. Hamas claims they've lost 4,000. I feel like yeah, I think that they're probably massively underrepresenting. So we don't know who the unidentified are, but yeah, but that's why, like, in the original graphic that they're showing there, right? All right, let's see if we can. Like, that's the problem that I had, and that's what I like assume. I'm pretty sure that's what my take was the other day, right? That, like, we have, 10,000 people who are unidentified, but we're going to assume that literally we're going to double the women and children numbers, and that will fit the total number of bodies or total number of dead that we have. Right? Which is, so I can't comment. Yeah, no, I guess, like, that's what my problem was. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, Tron, I know, but like that, the problem is that people don't care about that, right? Even if their numbers are accurate, it's a crazy death ratio. Like, that means that very few civilians have died compared to past wars. I know, like, there's the Avi, Dr. Avi on Twitter and in Ask Yourself's Discord, who has done some sort of like hardcore data crunching to see how many people have died in different offensives in urban combat in the 20th century, and in the war that's happened since October 7th has been like one of the lowest civilian to combatant ratios in like modern conflict. But like, people aren't going to care about that. People don't care about those numbers. They care about the total numbers of how many people have died. They care about the constant reports that everybody is starving over there. They care about, 9,500 women. Oh, I mean, you know, just under 5,000 women and 14,500 children. Oh, I mean, you know, about half of that. That's how many like people have died. You know, I agree. There's an assumption that they are all civilians, so they don't distinguish between combatants and civilians. I don't know if that's true. I'm pretty sure there's still I think they're still distinguishing between combatants and civilians. I feel like, you know, it would be like really interesting to see like for like an individual battle, not like an entire war. It would be like an individual battle, like a siege of one city, right? So like compare this to like the Battle of Mariupol. Actually, I don't know what the numbers for that were, but I know that they destroyed. I know they destroyed Mariupol or whatever. Mariupol. I don't know how to spell it. I spelled it right. Battle of Mariupol. Siege of Mariupol. Okay, there we go. Jesus Christ. 20. Oh, you guys can't even see it because it's on that side of the screen. If I scroll about here, per the United Nations, 1,300 civilians killed confirmed, because the United Nations probably isn't allowed in there. The total number thought thousands higher. Per Russia, 3,000 civilians killed. Per Ukraine, 25,000 civilians killed. 50,000 deported. Per Human Rights Watch, at least 8,000 deaths. And how many people died? Okay, so these are the Russians and these are the Ukrainians. Gotcha. Per Ukraine, 80 tanks destroyed. They didn't even want to say, Russia didn't even want to say that they lost any tanks, dude. Another problem is that, let's say there is a home and one of the Palestinians killed is technically a civilian under international law, but they are still, for ideologically reasons, host a Hamas person in their home. It is ethical. Well, no, that wouldn't even be, that person wouldn't be protected by international law at that point. Because if you're housing, if there are combatants inside of a house of a civilian, that civilian loses the like civilian protections. So even under international law at that point, the civilian would be. Russia sent Chechens because they couldn't take the city. Yeah, and the Chechens don't care about human life at all. Anyway, let's keep going on the Hassan video, because we spent literally 4 hours watching 29 minutes of this yesterday, or the last time we streamed, okay? We're going to get through it today, okay? Does that make sense? I mean, yeah, but I'm telling you that it makes sense, but you're wrong, because they don't have any protections. It's not against international law to kill a civilian or like bomb a civilian's house that's housing a ton of like enemy. Well, welcome. For people that are new, if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Kick, I'm Sondsol. I am a political science student. I like to talk about politics. I like to argue about politics. We talk about all sorts of fun things on here, like drama and politics. And I like to argue with people in chat about a lot of different things. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't like to shill. Also,